Nope.
Oh, I got him. Oh, no, he got away. All right, stay out of my face, balls. Woo! Mmm, delicious. Oh,
Jerk.
I'm not dying. Not today. Yeah! You got it, turns. Nope. Get him, Peanut. Get his ass. Oh, let's go. Oh, shoot. You know any good jokes?
Why was the chicken afraid of the chicken? It was chicken.
Get the parachute! Oh, we got this. Oh, shoot. Oh my god! Find him.
My time!
Top answers of the game, my mom. Oh, and anal penetration. What is wrong with your face? Did we turn you into a mutant? We gave you like an extra neck. Very close.
Plumtrout says, I love turns.
Oh, isn't that nice? You guys crack me up, you know that?
How are you? I am fine. I am warm. I hope everybody's staying cool in this weather. It's ridiculous out there, isn't it? Man. What? Okay, tonight on stream, what are we doing? We're gonna build an Azov 7, which we're gonna need some photo materials for this. We're gonna build an Azov 7 blah 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 number 74310. No, that can't be right? Azov 73210. Which is a fictional vehicle based on another vehicle. Yeah, we're gonna build that. SnowRunner. So we kind of need it's based on another vehicle, loosely based on another vehicle. We're gonna have to kind of figure that part out. I'm just looking to see if we can get any kind of information on it. I probably should have researched it a little bit more before we started the stream. As of 73210, based on what vehicle? It's based on real life Kamaz brand in SnowRunner. Okay. Wow. We've got our work cut out for us. Let me tell you. So let me get you a couple of pictures of what we are looking at. This is a good one. How do I do this? Boom. Let's see if we can open this up. Yeah. You're looking at this right here. That's kind of what we're wanting to do. Something like this. Looks like that. We're gonna have to find some specs. Okay, we're gonna have to find a couple of specs to kind of base this thing on. We'll start drawing it, but I'd like it to be kind of realistic a little bit. It's a 10-wheeler. The front two axles steer and the rear axle steers. So these are kind of things that we want to mimic. Let's stop talking about it and let's get started with it. Let's just do it. Let's do it. So we're gonna go into creative mode tonight. Creative mode. You know the drill. Picture goes away until someone enters chat. I'll be right here. You know, mindlessly talking about nothings, sweet nothings until then. Speaking of chat, where's my chat window? There it is. Okay. All right, so I've got my create stuff world loaded. That's as far as I made it. I had a lot going on today. Sometimes, you know, this work piles up and turns into a big hot mess. So yeah. You know, sometimes on lunch I try to prepare. I try to prepare for streams. But it doesn't always happen. Today was that day. Let me see what's up with my microphone right now because it looks a little low. I just want to make sure you guys have the full turns experience that you've come to expect and love. Yeah, you do. Maybe I'm just talking quiet today. It looks like it. Okay. Excuse me. I'll try and talk up a little bit for you guys. Okay, so what do we got here? What are we dealing with? This is oh yeah, this is just a radar toy I was playing around with earlier. Just seeing how they work and whatnot. Do. Okay. As of 73,210. I've got to get my own picture up here. Hang on a second. My inspirational picture. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to slide that right over there so we can see it. That's just glorious. Okay. If anybody needs a reminder, boom. Looks like that, kind of. Okay. So, you know, when I build rovers, I like to start with, let me clear my bars because I've got so much crap in here. Let's get all the junk cleared out, okay? But when I build rovers, I like to, even though I don't think it really makes it, actually, I think I have proven that it makes a difference. It might be placebo effect, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like adding the I-beams, okay, the beam blocks, giving it a frame, I feel like it matters. So that's what we're going to be doing first, okay? We'll be adding some beam blocks. Everything's going to be like this gray color until we figure out what we want to do with it. Actually, you know, with the beam blocks, let's go ahead and just color them right now. Take out a little saturation, put this up just a little bit, give it a little bit more of a raw feel to it. That's pretty good. And I'd like the beam to be visible from the bottom, so we're gonna actually do it this way. Now, there's a couple of things that we need to know, okay? And that's how wide is a heavy truck? Which, okay, I guess we don't have to have it super accurate, but I'd like it to be. Before we get started, right? Bear with me here. Oh, dude, this is the large version. That's not going to cut it. These are all going to be small grid. It's really zoomed out. We're going to do small grid vehicles with good reason. That's carbon fiber texture, by the way. I don't want that on there. We're going to do... We do clean, or should we do retro future? Retro future would be okay because it would be kind of shiny. Yeah. Do that. A little less saturation. Yeah, that's going to be good. Raw steel. That's what we're calling this look. Raw steel. All right, so before we goof around and do anything wrong, we're going to put a control panel on here and just lock it in. It's moving. It's apparently moving. It can't be turned into a station. We'll fix that. Let's give it a name. We call it as of. Yeah. Doesn't say it's moving, but apparently it is. Oh, I'm not in person view. Okay. Why won't it convert? Whatever. Let's go ahead and build. Let's just not bump into it until we know we can convert it. So we're gonna go this way with this. How big? You know, that's the next thing is how long, how wide. You know, these are things that we got to figure out. Now I'm just gonna put these down for right now. Let's just do a couple of blocks this way. The other thing is with the cockpit blocks, they're 3 each. If we want a true center, we got to end up on an odd number. Okay, so
Fuel critical.
Okay, keep that in mind. So like let's just call this
No energy.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. We might have to do a couple of versions of this. Okay. No, I don't want mirroring. Turn off mirroring. Let's go like this. We'll bring this up. Let's bring this back. This is going to be super wide. This probably doesn't need to be this wide. Because once we start putting wheels on this thing, it's going to be huge. Maybe I should ask my friend. See, we're going to ask him, okay? Where's Copilot? Where are you, friend? Hello? Uh-oh, it's not working today. Hey, are you there? Can you hear me? It's not working. Hey, is this thing on? It's not. It's totally not working right now. Okay. We're gonna forgo that. Let me just look it up online. Give me a second. How wide is a heavy crane truck? The body of a crane truck can weigh up to 108 tons. Okay. Okay, here's a good diagram. Interesting. All right, that helps. This doesn't show how wide it is though. 1,500 millimeters. 1,500 millimeters from the front edge of the truck to the front wheels. Okay. That's good to know. So I've got the side dimensions, but I don't have width. We're missing width. I have height. I have length. Hold on, I'm looking. Uh, 8 feet 8 inches. Does that sound right? 2527 millimeters. That sounds right. Let me see how wide that is. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so that's what we're going with. 2527. All right. So how do we measure that? Okay, in game. Like, what do we do? How do we do that? Can't convert to. Why can I not convert that yet? Okay, whatever. We're just gonna keep building. We're gonna keep building. Let's figure out how wide this thing actually is, okay? So if I get up here and I'm moving it. I knew it. I knew I was gonna do it because why can't I not convert to ship? Did I not turn that on in my creative world? Nah, that can't be it. Hold on. It can't be it because it's on for this guy. Right? Hold on. Let's just take a look. Maybe it's on my creative world. Maybe it's turned off. Yeah, no, it's here for this. Uh-oh. Where'd my grid go? All right. Well, I don't think we lost anything of consequence because there it is right there. Big old H floating around out in space. Yeah, I think let's get it converted first. There's got, you know what? Let's use a battery. Let's put a battery on here. Maybe it doesn't like just having the control panel. Maybe it's expecting it to be powered or something. I can't remember, dude. It's been so long. Okay. Yeah, it won't allow it. It won't allow it to convert. Why would that be? Why? Seems like it should. Control X. Pop it back in. There's got to be something going on here. It will not allow it to go. Why? Anybody have any ideas? Let's go take this down to Earth. All right, let's go down to Earth. We got to get this working first before we can really continue. Otherwise, it's going to move. Oh, shoot. It's going to move all over the place. And, shoot. Can I just select something down here? That'll do. Except we're underground. Can't. Can't have that. Okay. Boing. Alright. So, let's place a landing gear. We'll just build off of a landing gear, you know. You know the routine. Actually, look at this. It's going to be so crappy. There. Now we're going to build off of a landing gear. Not that one. Come on, that's as straight as you can get it. Really? There we go. Alright, so, go like this. We're gonna do, our mirroring first right away, okay? And we're also gonna figure out, oh, come on. We're gonna figure out how wide we're going first too, okay? So, because I don't remember the block sizes. Somebody does, let me know. But we gotta be 2.5 meters wide, okay? That's what we're looking for. No. There's no way. Like, this is 4 meters. There's no way that block is 4 meters wide, right? Are we just, is that wrong? I know these are 3 meters. I thought these are 3 meters wide, these blocks. So, that cannot, like, the scale isn't right. See what I'm saying? Like, if this is 3 meters wide, that's wider than the truck can be itself. That can't be either. But let's walk up to this edge. Do one. Yeah. There's no way. There's no, it would never work. So we're not going to, let me get rid of these. And let me get rid of these here's and here too. There we go. Clean that up a little bit. We're gonna have to kind of follow our own method here. That's something that's always bothered me about the game, is it doesn't seem like the scale is quite right. I think what we want to do here is we'll do our frame set in a little ways, like our frame rails. Okay, we're gonna do them like this, set in a little ways. Hey, before we build this, let's build it up a little higher so we can have room to fit the wheels. That's probably a good idea, right? Let's go up here, like here. That'll give us enough room. So I'm thinking these blocks right here, this is where our frame rails are going to be. We'll go forward some, we'll go backward some, and then we're just going to see how the 5 wheels fit, okay? So, in terms of wheels, we got to figure out which ones we want. Do we want off-roads? We're going to do 5x5s. But do we want off-road 5x5s, or do we want on-road? I think for this, the on-road might look a little better. Might look a little more realistic. We're going to do the on-road. No, that's just the wheel. That's not a suspension. I'm going to do a left, a right. Okay. No mirror on this. So the left, 5x5. That is the bottom. Okay. Ooh, that's a big boy. Holy crap. Well, it's going to be huge. If we do 5x5s, it's going to end up being huge. Is that the right call? I mean, the tires in the game, if they're 50 something inches, right? If they're 50 something inches in the game, they're over 4 feet tall. Gosh. Let's investigate the 3x3. Oh, that's the short version of it. Never knew which is the top and the bottom. I guess that's got to be this. That's the short version of it. I think that's too small, man. So I think what we got to do is we're going to do 5x5s. And we'll make the frame double thickness. I don't know. Want these to be the bottom blocks. You see what I'm saying? So let's put these here. Oh shoot, hold on. Let's mirror this out so I can do this at the same. Let's put a 5x5 here. See how wide that is? That's way too wide. Do they have a short version of that? Short 5x5. Okay. Let's give that a shot. Oops, see you later, buddy. Short 5x5s, let's see. Like that. It's better, but it's still not good. We gotta move these in. Like basically 2 blocks in. So I think it's okay that we. What I'm gonna do here, which I'm not sure yet. Hold on. Let me think about this. Let's take these in. Let's get rid of these. Man, if we run the rails right here, yeah, I think it could work. So let's just say we run the rails this, okay? Kind of like it reminds me of a P12, how narrow. Remember the Pacific P12? If you've played SnowRunner, you know. You get it. We can always change the location of everything, you know, in terms of where it is. So I'm going to put these first wheels right at the front. Let's just see when we do a 5x5 right here. I try to imagine it with a body, right? Try and imagine it with the body coming up and out over the wheels that far. It's going to be that wide, right? I think that's fine. So that's what we're going to work on. Let's go ahead and take this side. We're going to put the right wheel in. Okay. Right side 5x5 shortened. Yep, just like that. There we go. There we go. So there's 2 axles at the front. I'm going to need my picture up so I can kind of eyeball this. So I hope my chat's working. It is. Okay. Want to make sure. When we're looking here at this image, you can kind of see, let's take a look at the layout. I'll refresh your memory. It looks like this in terms of the wheel layout. So I think we need to have a bigger gap in between these two, smaller gap between these 3. Let's get to it. Back to it, shall we? Okay, so let's say we're going to set it right here. That might be too... that might not be enough gap. Let's turn off mirror. That's too much. That's too much. I don't like it. Let's move it 1 block forward, okay? Delete that. Put it right there. Oh, come on, I was in the way. That's better. I don't think it'll have interference when it turns, but you never know. All right, so moving on down the body, okay? You can see there's like a little bit of a fuel tank, and then there's some space. We're gonna call that like a 1 wheel of space in between, right? Something like that. Again, we're just kind of eyeballing stuff. 1 wheel of space in between would be like, well, how many is this? Is that 4? How many blocks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in between. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there would be a block right here. This would normally be a wheel. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're going to put our first of the rear wheels right there. Looks like it might be close. Might be too close. Let's put it back 1. Okay. Try that. Turn off mirror. Of course, make sure you stand in front of it where the tire can't spawn. Does that look too far? It does, doesn't it? It looks about 1 block too far. Well, let's kind of pull it up. I know this is going to be mirrored kind of funky, but take a look at that. Might actually be okay. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. We can always change it later. It's not a big deal, right? Nothing is unfixable. Okay, so we've got our first 2 sets. We didn't do this one, oh boy. I do like these ordered in the correct number. It makes it easier to configure after the fact, so fix that and then fix this too. There we go. Alright, so for the back wheels, should we go 3 in between them? 1, 2, 3. That might rub. If this was 1 block ahead, I think you gotta go 4. I think you really gotta go 4 blocks. Where's my beam? Let's throw down a few more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be right here. Oh no, that's not. No. Totally wrong. There. It has a 4 gap. 1, 2, 3. There's a 4 gap. 2. right here is our last one. That should be the layout for our 10-wheel vehicle. That should be it. Let's get this in place. No mirror. Come on, turn off the mirror. There we go. And then that one. And we're going to do the same with the right. Here. Oh boy, did I put that in the wrong spot? I did. I got it. Nailed it. Okay. All right. That is... Oh, let me check my phone. That is our frame. Now we get to deal with it. Now we get to live with it. So, the basics of this thing are... If we're looking at this picture, right? Let me get my picture adjusted again. So if we're looking at this picture... let me kind of zoom out. Here we go. This is kind of what the front looks like, right? Like we get it zoomed out just one more so we can kind of see this. We've got this lip, this overhang that's at like about, what is that, about a third of the tire. So we got to try and we got to emulate that. We got to emulate this fender. Okay. So let's get that first part figured out. The way I'm going to work with this is I'm going to go right down the middle. So we're going to take it right from here, bring this out to the front. Well, you know what? Maybe, see, these blocks, we've got a little bit of an issue here that we're going to have to figure out in terms of the offset. I don't know if the suspension can go up that high. Ooh. Is it riding as low right now as it can? You see what I'm saying? Like, is the ride height? I think it is because it's off the ground. But I'm not 100% on that. It's been a while. Let's take a look. If we look at the wheel suspensions, the height offset can go a little bit lower. There we go. Or it's going to go all the way down. I feel like it should have went the other way. Like when they built it, it should be all the way up. But you see, you can, like, this can compress all the way into these blocks. It's something that we need to think about. Do we build it up one more? Because that's going to be like terrible. Where if we come out one more, all right, let's mirror this and let's take this out. We come up one more. Well, wherever you are. And then we go out. Now we've got more room to play. But what's the minimum look like? Let's see what the minimum looks like. See, it can still collide. So I think going this route is better. We can adjust the beauty of it later. We're leaving buffer to be able to adjust it, right? I think that's the goal there. So let's do that at that height. Get rid of this thing. And that thing. We've got one connection between these two rails, which is probably not a smart thing, but let me make a second. There we go. Okay, so we gotta end up these blocks right here. This block is gonna have to change because we want it to have a little bit of like an angular slope. Like it's not gonna look like this. It kind of. We gotta find the right block for this. This doesn't seem like, it seems like we're missing something here. We got this, we got that guy. Are we missing one? No, we've got them all. Okay, well, back to it. Boy, it's got a nice flat edge on it. Like, when I look at it right above the wheel, it kind of has this look to it, right? And then the block up in front of this, the slope starts to curve downward this way the farther you go forward. So how can we emulate that? This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be not easy. No. We got to keep that same distance, but bend it downwards. Okay. Let's take a look at the inverted corner pieces like this. I think that might be the way that we're gonna go. But we're gonna run out of room really quickly.
Fuel critical.
That's halfway. Let's see if...
No energy.
Lady? No, we got no energy. I actually think this looks better. Let's... Hold on. Replace that with this. Does that break... If we're going to use these corner pieces, does that break that? Yeah, maybe. Because we got to do that, and then we'd have to go down one. So... Down here, then, you would have to have a block. This is where I think that would have been better. With the other block. Because then you could go like that and... the invert version of that right there. Oh man, that doesn't look that good either, having that much steel underneath of it. That one. Hold on. Like this little thin edge that we've got to emulate here. Be kind of similar to that, except on both sides. No? If we do that, it's too thick. Just getting a feel for it. We're just getting a feel for the line. How can we do that? Let's take a look and see if Goofy blocks have anything here. That one's... See, that kind of looks more like something that we're looking for, but we got... Let's try the triangle block and see what they can do. Yeah. This is a tough one. We emulate that line, I'm looking. We need a half-size block. Seriously. Gotta be a half-size block. Something like this. It can kind of end that slope. To carry it. You know what? I know exactly what I'm talking about, but to myself. I don't think it makes sense to anybody else. You know what? It's got to be something like this block, because it still has to be able, it still has to be able to continue. So it would still have to be something like this. So like you'd have to go like this with it, and then you'd be using the not sloped corner for the next piece, which is oh geez. I know exactly where I'm going with this. even if you guys don't. Let's change this out. Let's change this to that's the corner tip. Let's look. We're looking for the sloped corner. Where is that? Here somewhere. That's the sloped corner base. We need the sloped corner. Actually, the base. That sloped corner like this. Then you have to do something. So let's magically just put a block here just for right now. So we can attach something here. So we can kind of I have to be able to see it visually to understand what I'm needing. I hope that makes sense. So if we were to do a sloped corner, try and keep this all kind of the same thickness, right? We're trying to keep the same thickness. So if we look at the slope corner base, you can see it's a whole block, man. Like, it's not right.
No energy.
It's got to be like this. You see how that is kind of bending? But we need to be able to bend it downwards. So the next set of blocks would have to be different. Otherwise, they'd keep continuing on. It would have to be oh geez, how do you even continue this? Is it a base? Is it a slope corner base? But it's too tall on the other end. You see what I'm saying? So, like with this, we go with the, let's get the triangles involved. We take that corner tip. See? Well, even that doesn't work because maybe it does. Oh, no. Not really. You get it to bend down. You know what we need is actual corner. Something kind of like this. Oh, that's not cutting it either. It's a tough one. Get rid of that block there. That it doesn't line up. That doesn't line up. No. Like, how do we keep that same shape? You know, uniformly. That. No, that doesn't line up either. All right, let's go back to our little triangle shapes. So, we don't want it to go back up. We want it to continue on. We want it to continue going downward, like. But we've got to figure out how to change the orientation. See? That kind of is, you know what? That's kind of what we're looking for. Is something like that. So, if we had... Let's do this a different direction. Let's take this piece, this corner figured out, okay? If we were to go like this, okay? The piece going downward, I mean, it's not gonna be, it can't be this guy, right? That's not gonna look right. You see? But if it was this one, it almost looks right. So you can almost see what we need here by using this thing. It needs to be a half sloped triangle, kind of a pyramid goofy thing. Similar to this. Kind of like that. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, wait a second. Hold on. That's not gonna do it. That's not it. That's kind of it, but kind of. Gosh. We're gonna figure this out. Maybe we need like this. Maybe the mirrored light armor slope transition to mirrored. We're investigating, okay? Light armor slope transition mirrored. We said tip mirrored. Right. Not this one. That just doesn't align with it the right way. Just not it. But this might be. Gosh.
Fuel critical.
We know the fuel is critical, lady. What? Wait a second.
No
What's this?
energy.
That lines up. Does that line up? Almost does. But we're trying to curve it at the same time to more downward. See, that one side lines up, but it flattens out. I don't know that we're going to have a shape for this. Somebody's probably like, dude, you just need to do this. Gosh. So stinking close. Like, I wish it worked. See, this right here, you can see what we're going to do here is to smooth it, right? So we have that. So do we need the corner block for this? Is that what we need? That won't do it, right? Honestly, no. You can see that front corner is correct. But it's like we need a different, not that block. Gotta have some triangleness to it. Similar to this. But we lose the thickness, you see? Like, we're stuck with this being like that. So we have the right side on this shape. And then over here, it goes to garbage. Oh, it's really frustrating. That's actually not even enough. We would really need to go one more. Because we can't go straight down here. We'll be into the tire. So let's fix that first. We're gonna come back to this. Let's go one more here. Just kind of replicate our work. And then we'll go down. Oh, light armor slope. Not in this one, is it? It's in the other one. You see, this is the thing about the menus. It gets really confusing as to which is located where. So if we go like that, we get that nice little flat angle, you see. But then we got to continue it downward. So I think the answer is, I think we solved it for ourselves here. If we is that gonna do it? No. Like, how do we continue this part right here? It's like you need the little triangle piece to end it. Right? You need this guy. Because you got to end it right there. And then you've got to fill this gap with something ridiculous looking. Almost like that. Shit, that works on the one side. So frustrating. Like, you want it to work. You want it to look right on this side. You know, wait a minute. If we go with this guy, look, let's go down here. What about an inverted corner? No, that doesn't line up. That lines up, but it doesn't on the bottom side. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh. Gosh.
Fuel critical.
We might have to make some compromises here on this one. Yeah. This is ridiculous, yeah. So if we look at what our path, see, that guy doesn't even line up with that. It's almost like this piece is too much. Almost like it needs to be something else. It needs to be that. And then it's not enough though. Oh, wait a second. My gosh, it's so close. You know, nobody else can see the love. Hold on. That lines up. That would almost do it. You know what? Is it a slope now? Is it as simple as putting our slope in there? Might be. This guy. And going... Come on. Oh my goodness. Going that way with it. And changing this block. Would be something else. See where I'm going with this? So this block becomes himself, but turned around. Maybe that's the answer. And then ditch these. I think that works. I think that works for me, man. You see how long it can take to come to a conclusion? Been streaming for an hour. And we're still working on the fenders. Alright, let's get a little ways down on the tire. So if we go too far, that's halfway. That's much too much. Vaz, hey Chad, just go out, do your best, give it all you got. Know you're special. That's all you can do. Go get him, co-pilot. I love that motivational speech. You know what? Thank you, because co-pilot's actually broken right now.
Hey,
Hey,
Chad.
hey, I need a motivational speech for building a space truck in Space Engineers better than anyone has ever built it before.
Imagine, Chad, the vastness of space, endless and waiting. You're not just building a space truck, you're crafting a legacy. Every block, every panel is a testament to human ingenuity. Remember, greatness isn't about the tools you have, but the spirit driving you. You're poised to defy limits, to innovate, to set a new standard. The universe awaits your masterpiece. Now go create history.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's go create history. Let's do it. Okay. How are you? Hope you're doing well tonight. All right, now we're trying to replicate Azov 7. Let me get my face out of here. Hope you are well. We are currently on this part right here. We got to make this inverted curve, which means this part's got to change. So that's where we're at. Let's make this an invert thingy bobber. Let's try the. God, that's not gonna look right. See how much thickness that adds? Giggity. Shut up. Like, we're trying to keep this consistent, all right? We're trying, like, this is, we kind of had a compromise right here, okay? Like, but we're trying to keep this level of thickness through. This piece, I don't think quite cuts it, but we'll figure that part out later. Just trying to get a rough guesstimate of how to get there. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I think this piece has to, wait, did we change?
Critical.
Yeah, no, we got to go one down and we got to curve it. So we got to figure that out now. How do we curve this back that way? See? And keep that same level of thickness. Is it like that? Yeah, no. I don't think so. It's got to have a curve on the inside of it. So no. You use beams for the frame as well? Oh my goodness, yes. Going all out. Gosh, I've spent an hour on this already, and it feels like we have no progress at all. I'm eyeballing just to see. Hey, wait a second. That's not it. Let's take a look at our inverted corner pieces again. You see, these are full blocks. That's not gonna work. Let's try. Right. I'm out of energy and we need some daytime here. There we go. Better. Ooh, that's bright. Okay. At a loss for words here on this. Curves down. We need it to curve up. Need it to curve up. You spent 2 trying to learn the keybinds at the same time. You got the 4 front wheels and a frame. Okay, well, we got the wheels. I think this is fairly accurate in terms of proportions. I'm just eyeballing it, but yeah, now we're trying to figure out the rest. We got to get, I want to get the sides figured out first and then work my way inward, because I think it's easier. If we start building on the way out, then we're going to run into space restrictions. So that's why I'm trying to figure out the front and get the edges all figured out first. You know, I don't know if that's the right way to do it, but it feels right to me. So I'm going with it. Come on. There's got to be a block for this. It's not one of these. It's got to be in here. See, that curves downward. We need like the invert of this. Square sloped corner base. This is an inverted. Light armor sloped corner base. You know what? No, look how thick it is at the bottom. Not gonna do it. Can't use this guy because he's gonna curve inward. Almost like where is raised corner? That's not gonna do it. Gosh, I could stare at this forever. It feels like I've been staring at it forever, I should say. See, this looks right, but the problem is the thickness changes. Like that's what we need. We need a thinner version of that. We need that guy. And the problem is the thickness doesn't line up. So how the heck are you supposed to do this? That's not right. Alright. I need to see it from, hold on. Oh, uh-oh. Just one moment, please. Okay? We're gonna try ending up with... Let's try finding a block that lines up with it, right? Okay? So, I'm gonna try working it from the other way. Let's go...
No energy.
Let's just say it's this piece. Okay? Let's find the invert corner and try and line this up. So the invert corner is this. Right here. But it leaves that big square. Is that a problem? Maybe not. You see, like if it didn't have that corner, if that was cut off, it would be perfect. So, and then remember that these will also get, like, we're going to go back in here and change this, but these are going to get laid out like this, kind of, right? Give it that feel. That is really close to the tire. Might not do that piece. We might end that with a triangle. We have to figure out how it drives and whatnot. There's a lot to figure out here. Might do something like that. Actually, wait a second. If we were to go... We're onto something here. Hold on. So that slope... Maybe... Okay... That's got the right thickness going through it here. You see that? But this corner is too tall. Gosh, why does my character just coast all over the place? No, that's not cutting it. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't know. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'd like it to be. Now, I think that's where I get lost a lot of the times building stuff is try to get everything to just be absolutely perfect, and I waste so much time doing it. Wait a second. Hold on. Let's try. If we were to go, the base block. Yeah. If we were to go like this. You see that? And then instead of having this edge be this way, we turn it over. Okay. Way. Oh, wait. That doesn't line up. That is going to line up with the other block. The, oh, where the hell are you? This guy. That's going to line up with this guy. I mean, maybe. I don't know. That's a full length block right there. Like, that's not like a half, like, it doesn't have a nice half edge. I guess it does, kind of. The other thing would be if we went and said, no, instead of that, we do this. Oh, no, that's going to make it a full block. Sure. Tough, isn't it? Trying to come up with this stuff. I mean, I think I like it like this, but it doesn't line up with that armor block. That's the only thing. So we can fix that with maybe a block in here that does it. Might not be that one. I think it's that one. No, it's not that one. I always get these two places confused here. It's this one? This one. Gosh, no it isn't. Half doesn't like it. That doesn't like it. Really frustrating, isn't it? Man. Oh, so need any words of wisdom here you can share with us, Savaz? Is there anything?
No energy.
Anything at all? Besides no energy? No energy. We need to curve back outward. I mean, I guess we just do this and then follow this through. I think we want to go like that, and then there's not really a good way to do an invert round corner here. Like the truck should have curved pieces through here. So the bumper is going to be different. Like this, let's say I need the round body panels. Doesn't look right if we set it that far in, but there's no way to do it half in between. So I think we're going to end up setting the body up like this. Right, man. With the fenders, I think we got to be in one. I think that's the answer. I think we got to be right here. And leave that as the bumper. It's not going to be perfect. But if we go like that, and then we go straight across on the bottom, let's get an idea of what we're building here. Then this is going to become our bumper, and The corners of it are round, but they're probably not gonna be on this because round is never gonna line up with this. Like if we do a round block, you see it's just gonna look funky. Super funky. So, ooh. Let's do the corner. Where is that? I always get these wrong. It's not that one. It's this one. Somewhere in here. This is an inverted corner block. We need an inverted corner block. This guy. Oh, I know you're in here. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's in here. That's the wrong way. We need the inverse of that. That's basically what we're going to have to do. So on this one, I think we need to take that off and put these on. And then we're going to come back down to a little triangle. Ooh, wait a second. I don't know that I like that either. You think they'd made transition blocks from round to square by now? Yeah. You know, they used to have, I don't know if you remember, if you can go back this far or not, but they used to have a block that would automatically try and line up all the points as like a filler block, and they ended up taking those out. I don't know if you knew that was in the game or not, but they actually had something in the game to do that. I think this has got to be like a little corner piece like this. Yeah. Because maybe not. All right, I got to see it from this side. So let's put a block right here. Just a regular old block, and then we're trying to work. We want these to be, gosh, it goes from a full block height. I'm trying to see how we can do this. Getting back to, we have a little bit of our own creative, or a little bit of our own creative direction in here, just FYI, okay? Get back to that. Let's fill this. Right. See, that'll do it. Let's just go with that. It's not perfect, dude, because it's supposed to be flat. It's supposed to be a little bit more flat and square than that.
Critical.
And then the other thing is like here, we want to make the bumper thinner at the top. So let me show you how I want the bumper to end up being. I want it to end up looking inverted, basically a half block, but on this side. You know what? We're taking our own creative direction on this. So we're gonna do it this way. You missed it, or it was the time between when I had service and was able to play. Yeah, it was really, really early on. That looks a little too wide. Let's add, if I delete that. This is where learning how blocks are supported in the game really pays off. We'll add an additional support right here for right now. And then let's shrink this up. It's not going to be a one-to-one clone here. We're using the Azov for inspiration, okay? Let's make that clear. So we've got a nice thick bumper. We've worked out a little bit of the edge. You can see the edge goes missing right here. You know, I'll work on that. But we're gonna move on for the time being. Oh, oof. Yeah. Okay. I had to change. I had to sit a little bit different. All right. So some of the things we can't replicate are like, you know, the minuscule, very small lines. So we're gonna do the best we can, but sometimes you can't do it all. We're gonna bring this up to here. Then our window is going to, let's see. Gotta think about this. We're gonna use armor plate right here. Shoot. Just screwed the pooch on that. There we go. We're gonna use armor plates for the sides, and then we're gonna do all window. Okay? So this first piece is actually gonna be armor plate. Get the curved armor plates. You know, I like this about the thing about the armor panels, they have them all sorted like in the same category, which is partly confusing and kind of partly awesome at the same time. But it is nice because they all are there. We're going to do light armor panels for this lower piece. And then we're going to do windows. Let me put these on a different bar. That way, because I don't know which ones we actually want first here. We're going to do 1 by 2. We'll put them all in here. We're going to try with the largest first. Didn't I do a 2 by... Here you go. I did a big one. You see, in the game, it's all one seamless piece. Oh shoot. They can't be supported by panels. Well, that's not good. They're fixed for that there, geniuses. Be really, really gentle. That's what our fix is. So 3 by 3 is that too tall? 3 by 3 inverts. Put one there, put one. Come on, game. I think that's pretty, hold on. Hold on one moment, please. I think that's decent. What do you think? Let me move my camera angle here a little bit so you can kind of see. That's pretty decent. Yeah. It's not one piece, but it'll have to do. Remember, it's an inspiration. Right? I like my Azov in SnowRunner. We're gonna build a rover that is just as capable. You know what?
No energy.
I don't like these blocks these direction. I like them upside down. The other way. Dude, if I delete these, it's all gonna fall over, isn't it? Okay, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. That is different, right? Like, if you look at these, the vents are... Is it just ridges or is it angles? See, that looks like it angles up to me. Like, I don't know if you can see those. It looks like they slope up. And then when you go this way, it looks like they slope down. Like, that's kind of what I'd like. I'd like it to be... Hold on. I gotta look at it onward. That or that? I think it's this. I think this is the answer. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But they aren't round. I don't think round is the answer. I think... Shit's gonna look ugly if we do it this way, right? Where's my... Not a quarter panel. Not the centered. We do the sloped panel. Is that gonna be bad? Really that pretty, is it? No, that's not cutting it. 2x1 bases. These are kind of the slopes I was talking about, but you gotta do the tip. It's gonna leave a weird goofiness though. Nah, let's just go with the curves, alright? We'll say it's a creative decision. This thing's gonna be ugly as hell. We also need to put some lights in here, so let's do that real quick. Yeah. We're gonna have these be chrome, so we're gonna go to retro, future, and value all the way up, and it's gonna be... So these are actually in the bumper on the Azov. Maybe I should do them on the bumper, and they're really close to the edge, kind of like this. I think I should do them one over. I'm gonna leave them like that for right now. We can always, you know, we can change it later, right? When we get to the top of the truck, okay, so the roof. The roof. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your chat. You like it, you agree. Okay. Very good. So we're gonna do the half sloping armor on this. Now, just don't pay no attention to the polished chrome look. We'll paint it later. I'm just trying to get an idea how everything kind of looks together when I'm changing colors like this. So don't look too much into it. We need to kind of give it a lip. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use these blocks on its top part. Okay. Let's bring this across. Okay. And then we're going to create the lip by doing this guy right here. Okay. We got to carry that out around the corner though. So let's add a couple blocks here. We can kind of build on that corner. This has got to be our... Are you? So we're wanting it to be like that. Let's just... Oh, no, not that way. Just go back this way a little ways. And then same thing. That. Gosh, really? And build like that, and then we got to figure out these corners. Okay. This is where it gets goofy. Trying to line all of this stuff up. Gets really weird. We need... I think it's in here. One moment, please. Let's take a look. So the problem with this though is that you see how it has this sloping down. If we want to have that consistent line, it can't be this block. It's got to be the one that has the same shape but keeps that consistent edge at the bottom. It's got to be something like that. But
no energy.
know that they have that. Work. This will work. We'll make it look pretty, I promise. So here and here, and then we'll put the mini corner right there. So that's our top. I think it's okay. I think that looks fine. You'll probably save at some point. Back to our picture. So we gave it a little bit of depth. Right? The front is gonna need like a grill. So we're gonna use barred windows for that. And it's right on the bottom edge. But let's, we're gonna make it black. Take this black. Yeah, barred windows I think is gonna be the best here. So, start here. It goes to about that. We could make the blocks behind it black. We might hollow it out later, just to give it some look, some depth. But that's kind of a mock-up for right now. That's where the grill would be. Okay. This here, we can start filling in body lines. We'll have to come back, you know, and figure those out at some point too. But right now, let's get the doors filled in. You know what? How do we enter this thing? Let's think about it real quick. It's a little complicated to make doors. We need to have a window. The windows do slope up. I don't know that we can replicate that. Realistically, I don't know that we can replicate that. We're going to try. Because they kind of have a upward slope to them at the back. And they slope up about 1 block. Where's my window blocks? Let's see. We need more. The 1x1 face and the 1x2. So we need the side. We do that. For the side right. Something like that, but not a 1x2. So if we were going to get this to work, you go like this, but you see the problem here is that we're going to leave a huge gap. Where there is no window. So in the corner piece, no one using AI to build SE vehicles yet? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not. I'm just doing it on my own. I think we have to start with a 1x1. Honestly, what you could do is you could do a 2x3 inverted. You'd fill this in, but the problem is, how do you maintain airtightness? You can't, right? If we go and use a slope block, we have no way to maintain airtightness. Right? I have no way to, like, you see, like it's not going to be airtight. I think what we need to do is, I've got it. Here's going to be our genius solution. All right, you ready? Go to our 1x1. You can say, turns, you are a genius, master. The windows, we need a 1x2 actually. Do a 1x2. Turns, master window engineer, coming in hot. Here it comes, the 1x1. So what we're going to do is, check this out. We're going to put a, brilliant by the way, all right? You're about to see the finest brilliance and craftsmanship you've ever seen on a YouTube stream. Here it comes. Wait a second, hold on. There we go. Ready for it. And then our 1x1 window. Wait a second. He's got to be actually this color. He's got to be that color. And then the window is going to have a black frame. You're witnessing greatness right here, folks. That's why they pay me the big bucks. It's not perfect, but it works. Let's take this black color and then let's apply that to the windows. Clean that. Oh gosh, I just did it. Shut up, chat. I won't hear it. Let me fix this. There we go. Fixed it, kind of. Let's undo some of the stuff that I just did. Okay, there we go. Life's happy and well. We could do the same down here if we really wanted to. You know, actually, let's do a 1x2. A 1x2 slope. 1x2 side. Oh, there's gotta be a left. There's the 1x2 side left. It's not perfect, but it adds a little bit of shape, right? Wondering if it's that advanced. You know what? Like when you do the 1,000-foot view from this thing, it adds a little bit of trim, right? Like we created a sloped window. Even though it's not like if we actually go in here, it's like, well, no, there's not really a sloped window here. Good enough. All right, next part. Let's move on. How far are we into the stream? Hour and a half into the stream and we barely got this thing built. We do have kind of, you know, I don't know if we want to try and replicate this or not. This might be a figure it out last type of situation. The bars, kind of like the exoskeleton for the front. It would be kind of cool to figure out, but we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait on that. And then we could do bars right here, like as a handle. Okay, we can replicate that. Now you'll notice that we didn't really leave as much space. You know, the fender is a lot thicker on ours, right? The fender on ours is a lot thicker, but yeah, we'll figure something out there. We'll make it look pretty. Let's keep moving forward. So we're just gonna keep making the outside. I'm gonna use regular armor, not panels, because we don't want this thing to fold in half at a sneeze from the ground, which happens pretty often in Space Engineers. Okay, let's fill this in with just regular armor block material. We'll clean that up and make it look nice later. Let's get this. My character. Hold on, he's being a little goofy. There we go. Gonna do that front row. Maybe we'll put in a sunroof. Honestly, I don't think it looks that bad. It's a little goofy. It's an inspiration, right? It's supposed to be an inspiration. It's not supposed to be perfect. And I think we're doing okay so far. Okay, so behind the cab ends at about the first third of the wheel. So the cab goes all the way back to here, okay? And it's a hard cut of the fender. If we were to look here, I'm gonna zoom in here on my picture. Let's move it over a little ways. You can see. So you can see at the back of the cab there, it's like a hard cut. That's what we got to try and replicate that part now. It looks to be, maybe it is with even. You need to go and play some SnowRunner, Savaz, and tell me if that's before the wheel or if it's about a third. I think it's somewhere about a third over the wheel. Hard to tell from here. So let's just eyeball it in the game and see what it looks like and see if it looks right or wrong. See if it goes right there. I think it goes to right there. Well, no, you know what? It could go to right there. That's enough. This is where I really need to see, in the game to see. We almost need to start up SnowRunner and see what the back of this looks like. So, because we want, if it's a flush back, it's not going to have much detail. You see where I'm going with this? If it's flush, it's not going to have much detail. We're trying to carry this shape like this. And do we continue that around the back or not? That's hard to say, right? Because, well, if we did, we'd have to do it right here. So like this block should actually be different. This shouldn't be like that. This should be like that, if we're gonna do that. And then we'd carry this way. And, you know, do our normal thing here, which is do these. And that, and that. What block was this? Oh, this was the... in here. This was that guy? Yep. And then our little baby triangle, corner piece, wherever it is. Somewhere in here. Where is it? Here it is. I think that's okay. The problem is you're kind of making it look ogreish if you do that, because when you bring this up, we're going to have to put some detail in here to make it not look like one huge flat piece. I think that's about as good as it gets. We still have to find a way to make an entry into the vehicle, so we'll figure that out. Can't really have a door that opens and closes, but so we'll have to put a hole to where you can just... No. Maybe we can do it. Maybe we can space engineers a solution. How many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, maybe that's what we do right here. Maybe... Okay, it does... Remember, the likeness. It's the likeness thing, right? It doesn't have to be spitting image. We could put the sci-fi sliding door here on one of the ends, where you kind of jump in. We could also do it right here. Back. Actually, we could do it right here. Look at that. Okay. I'm a genius. I gotta be a genius or something. Chat. Hold on. Let's fix this. Right? It's like it's too good to be true. I nailed the proportions for space engineers. The first go, man. Come on. Look at that. May I share a link? Yeah. Oh, you know what? See if you can whisper it. Know if you can whisper or not. Let's find out. Should we do a curved corner on the back? How do I whisper here? You know, you're asking the right questions. See if that works. Did you get that? Did you get anything from me? I don't know that I can... It would normally be /W, but And then the at the turns, and then you do at the turns, but I'm not sure if this works or not. Does this work? Did you get the message that says, does this work? Find out more. Okay, let's keep going. So there's a couple of questions still up in the air. Are we going to round this out? We'll figure that out. It would be kind of cool if it had a little bit more of a designy look right there. Let's slap a battery on it. Look at this thing so far. We got to give it a floor yet. Wait, you only got the one that says hi. Yeah, you didn't get a whisper. I don't know that you can whisper in YouTube or not. But, you think you're delayed? Maybe. Might be delayed. Let's put a battery on here real quick. Alright. See, this is where I thought we were Discord friends. I thought we were friends, man. Let me go look at my Discord. Are you not in my friends list on Discord? It's we were. I'm pretty sure this is it. Oh. I always forget it. Don't be hating. Don't be hating. Oh, it's in streamer mode. Even though I know that I'm... Come on, dude. Dude. Okay, you're just gonna have to look. Oh, you deleted my first Discord, got a new one. Yeah, you know, that's my name. I'm pretty sure it's number 8616. Yeah. But I'm in streamer mode, and it apparently will not let me do my thing. Because it hates me. So, but if you search Left Turning, you should see my little logo. You know, my little goofy logo. You should be able to find me. And come hang out and chill. Alright. Battery time. We need a battery. 12:30 at night. Not making much progress yet. Let's keep going. How much space do we have in this thing? So let's say you climb up here, which we're going to have to figure out how you do that. You figure you're going to have to jump and climb, right? Like if I climb up here, I can't really walk that, you see? So how am I going to get in there? These are problems that we're going to have to figure out. I haven't used Discord in so long, it's got a million updates. Okay. Yeah. Well, you can always show me whenever you get it. Let's figure out our cockpit height. Okay. So we're going to actually use... Shut up, chat. Alright, no, that's not these ones. It's, control seats is what we need to look at. We need to be looking at seats. Yeah. So, we do the rover one, it's kind of like enclosed. It's either that or we do, control seat like this on the floor. But we have to figure out what position they need to go in. So like let's see. I mean, these are nice too, and it's cool because it has a steering wheel. Like I kind of like that. I think it looks great. Like if we were to do something like this, and when you sit in it, it probably needs to go one to the right, but...
Fuel critical. Energy low.
Yeah, let's move it one to the right and just see... Yeah, one... Oh! I fell down. We don't have a floor yet. Alright. We're not mirroring this yet, because we're still working on it. It says success, request sent. Hold on. Yeah, I see you. Okay. I got you. Done. And I see you. All right. Take a look at what this looks like. It's not bad. Got a little bit of window, but you can't necessarily see out the... All right.
Fuel critical.
Let's keep looking. Keep looking for an answer here. Take and... I don't want to mirror yet. I'm not going to mirror just yet. Let's look at the actual sit-down one, which is this guy. See what this looks like. I like that view. Again, you have to turn your head to look out the window, but this is nice and centered up.
Fuel critical.
And I fell down. And we're under the truck. I do like that though. Did you send me something? Let me go take a look. A spaceship generator. Wow. Wait, what? Did somebody really make this? Hold on. I'm taking a look here. It creates spaceships for space engineers using AI. Wow, okay. This is cool. Dude, this is actually pretty awesome. That is what I was asking about, right? Yeah, I think so, yeah. I've never even heard of this. This is pretty cool. Wow. The AI generates initial population of spaceships. When a spaceship is selected from the population, it's visualized and properties are displayed. That's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I tried reading it. It's in a different language. A lot of nerd talk. Okay. Rude. I'll investigate that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it now, but I'll definitely I'll look into it. Hang on. We gotta get our blocks. Actually, let me get this all caught up here. Okay, that should be good. We're gonna put our floor in a little bit. So I'm gonna use those. Actually, what we'll do is we're gonna do a control seat, no mirror. I'm gonna go. Should I go close? No, we're gonna go right here, and then we're gonna do. Where's just the passenger seats, man? Now, we gotta figure this out. Do we want them offset? Because we could get like 4 in here, dude. 1, 2, 3. Look at this. This is a 4-seater, man. So the driver can sit here.
Fuel critical.
You got all these seats for whoever right here in the middle.
Fuel.
You got 2 doors. This baby's huge. It looks really good so far. I mean, obviously it's wider than it should be, right? Like the proportions aren't right, but I think we're doing okay so far. And I like that the door fit. Oh, that's going to be perfect, but we're going to have to work out a system, like a step system. Which I think we can work something out here. If we go like hold on, I'm working on it. Where is it? Where it's supposed to be in here. There it is. gonna have to do something like this. Make it work like this. So if we take a... I don't know that this is gonna work or not. We're gonna have to try it. That's not gonna let me go there. Let's just set myself down on this corner and just see. Yeah, see, I can't get past them now. So what we need to do is get rid of that one. And then I should be doing this in mirror, by the way. Let me put mirror back on. Do one at a time. So what we can do here to cheat so we don't have to jump, we can go like this, I think. No, that won't work either. So we would have to jump. Nah, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough to figure out. We're gonna have to figure out how we can easily climb this thing. We could put a ladder on it, but the problem is how do you get up inside the actual cab of the truck? I'm saying the two middle could go away. Wait a second. Could be benches in the back. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it could be. And you're right. Maybe we open up the middle, put our controls and stuff in there, like do something fancy there. And then yeah, something in the back. What would be really awesome, okay? All right. You know trucks are like sleepers, right? Okay, trucks are like sleeper cabs. What if this was like a survivable, kind of like maybe like a survival starter truck, where it's got a cryo chamber back here or a bed, and you can stay alive because it has solar panels or something on the top. You know, like I think there's something we can do here with. So this is all just kind of a mock-up. It doesn't have to be final yet. But we got to figure this out. I don't know if the answer is a ladder. Like, let's just take a look at gosh, it's a 3 wide block, isn't it? That's a 2 wide block. Gosh, why is it so terrible? Why does that look so bad, man? It's never gonna work right there. Like, it just looks so bad. Only thing I can think would be like if we had it somewhere over here. But even then, how do you step off of it? Because it's going to go all the way to the roof. If you had it like this and you used it, what's going to happen? Like, it turned the jet back on because it's like, now you're going to fall and die. I don't think that's the right answer. Not a ladder. Alright. What are you saying? Cab looks like a small room with a wraparound benches. It's one of the trucks, same body style. Heck yeah, bunk beds. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We make this into like a survival rover. Like, it looks like a truck, and we can make it behave like a truck. Like maybe the trailer system on it is different. You know, this is actually looking like about a block too long. You see that? It feels like it's about a block too long, doesn't it? When you're looking at it. Unless we go... What if we take the length of the cab one more, maybe? I feel like that's accurate. I feel like this looks what we want it to be. Like one more, if we were to go one more, what's it end up looking like? Let's see. It goes that long. I don't know. Where'd my picture go? I gotta get back to my... Oh man, did I close my picture? Oh no, I didn't. It's still there. I think I like it like this. I really do. I think I like it as it is. Okay, well, we're part of the way there. What you got does look good. Okay. We're gonna leave it like that then. We will still have to figure out, we gotta figure out how to get into it at some point, but I'm gonna wait until we've dropped it on the ground to do that. I don't know that we've got the wheels where we want them to be, otherwise I'd drop it on the ground right now. Honestly, we could take it to space and finish it in space if we really wanted to. Yeah. Maybe, man, it does seem like it needs to be one longer though, doesn't it? Like when you look at it from back here, it seems like it needs to be one longer, and we're gonna have to do something about cleaning up the back to make it look not so frail, right? We gotta make sure that it's a nice, good, sturdy, hardy truck, you know? For right now, we're just gonna... Why can I not get in this door? Let's just put a floor in it for right now. I need my mirror mode. Where's my mirror? But we're still gonna have to... We gotta make it a little bit thicker. We gotta make it a little bit more thick. I'm happy with that though so far. That's pretty good. And then we got to figure out what we're gonna do for the attachment, because we're gonna do like a fifth wheel type attachment. And that's specifically why I left 3 wide here, because then we can do a rotor. So if we do a rotor here in the center, then we'll put a rotor head on the trailer. And then we should be able to hook up a trailer and tow it. And that would be somewhere right around here. On the Azov, it's somewhere right around here. In terms of connection. So we've got a lot of leftover. I think we need to shorten it. I'll show you how we do this, okay? Don't hate the player on this, okay? Get ready for it. We need to make sure that it's got a weld in between. So let's just go right here. Let me show you professionally how we do this, okay? We're going to cut it right here. It's going to drop. Boink. Okay. Now, you got to point at the surface that you want to cut, okay? This is where it gets a little tricky. We're going to point at this guy, okay? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Roll. I got to keep up with it. There we go. So we're going to copy that. Just, delete that guy. Oh, no. I just didn't point at the thing and pasted that, didn't I? We got to fix my, hold on. I got to fix my cut and paste, because I just totally goofed it. There we go. So I'm pointing at this side, which would be the left side. We took out 1 block already, right? So if we shortened it up now, if we were to paste this back in here. Being really weird right now. Why are you being weird? Dude, did I not look at the end of that when I thought I did? Let me get this farther away from my face. There we go. That's 1 block shorter. Oh, I totally just messed that up. Oopsie. Undo. This is where Space Engineers 2 would be nice, because they have that undo function. Alright, you get out of here, you go away. We're going to try that again. Let's try lining that up a little bit better this time. There we go. that should be 1 block shorter. Right there. Is that still too much? Yes. Let's take out again. All right, we're going to take it out again. I mean, I guess I should be counting the blocks, but it should be making it shorter, right? Let's not. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Am I just going crazy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, that's 1 block shorter. So long, wheels. Is that about right? I think it's about right, but it's really hard to tell. We could go to a 7. What's a 7 look like if we take out 1 more? I want to put this somewhere where we remember it. Let's take that out. Put this back in. So that should be a 7. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the same. Okay. We'll go to that one then. All right, that's a 7. I think that's good. It has a nice a nice clear separation of the front wheels to the back wheels. The one thing I would be concerned about would be weight. It's all up here right now. We don't have anything back here yet. So it's gonna just tip right over. Like when this whole thing's on the ground. Like let's just take it real quick and just take a look. When we take this guy, we set him down. That's one way to do it, I guess. Just rolled off. Oh, come on. Seriously, I deleted the 1 block. Hold on. Let's set him down again. 1 moment, please. Come on, you can do it. That landing gear does not like that at all. There we go. It doesn't look that bad. What's it brake like? Maybe we should find out. Oh my gosh. Oh, hold on. I accidentally opened Copilot. We do have to figure out the wheels. So, the wheels... What do we have? With the wheels, it would be the 2 front steer. And then the next 2 don't steer. So with the right, the next 2 don't steer. And then the very rear steer. And so this guy shouldn't be invert, and this one shouldn't be invert. And the very back ones should be invert. Right and left. No, see, look at how goofy that is. Not right. All right, so we're going to invert the second row and not invert the last row. That guy and this guy. is do that. And this one and this one is don't do that. There we go. Perfect. That's how it works in the game. Okay. Now we just got to give it some weight and balance it out because it does a pretty good stoppie. I'm not gonna lie. That's good progress. Honestly, I think we made a lot of good progress. I know that we didn't get done with it.
Fuel critical.
Geez. Now the other part is we got to figure out how can we reliably make a nice little climb up section here. Like I can jump and make that. I can jump and make it on this side. No. It's because I was uphill. So we need to make something to where we can kind of climb it. If we go, I don't like making it lower than it needs to be, but I think we kind of have to here. So I go, let's say something like this, and then just give it like a little step. I can't get on that. Yeah, I can get on that. But then what do we do about here? Like we still have to find a way up to the top of the cockpit, right? We got to figure that out. How do we do it? How do we make it look pretty? Is the answer these things? That. Maybe the pointy ones. Ooh, I don't know about that either. How about these? No. Might be able to do it that way. And then on this guy, we would do... Where's our little corner block? Can't. Seriously? Yeah. That sucks. Hold on. I'm still investigating. Never surrender. Yeah, well... Just investigate some more here. I like that. That looks so ugly. It's very, very unfortunate, isn't it? There's not like a stairs block for... There are stairs blocks for small grid. Hold on. What's it called? It's called, the truss piece. That has all of the blocks, right? This should have all of them in there. No. I thought the truss had all of them, like all of the stair blocks too. Hold on. No, it has all the truss pieces. Which one is it? Not the ladder block, right? No, it's not the ladder block. It would be cool if the game had some kind of jetpack. Shut up. Look, when you play in jetpackless mode, these things matter. So I want to make sure that I cover that. Look at these floor pieces. What? Hold on. What are these? Dude, they got floor blocks. Okay, we're gonna use that. We're gonna be using these. What block does the stair reside underneath? I thought it had its own. But that's okay. Let's just take the half stairs block. See that? I don't see the one with the plus sign beside it. Oh, it's not slope. Gosh, I don't remember what it is that has all the stair blocks in it. I could have swore it was the interior pillar. But it's not. But it is not.
Fuel critical.
Shut up, lady. I'm working here. It's not there in the ladder block. Not in the railings or the catwalks. Oh man. I don't remember what it's under. It's not a big deal. I can manually choose them one by one. I like using the ones with the plus signs because it makes life easy. Let's take a half stairs and just see. Oh, that's not happening. Wait, oh, that's the wrong block. Wait, what? Not available for a small ship. Are they large only? They are. That sucks. So it's ladder or nothing. That's not gonna work for me. I don't like that. The only other thing I can think would be, maybe, oh, you know what they could do is, like, you could use a jetpack.
Nope.
All right. I kid around. What about gosh, that's gonna look so ugly. Oh, I've got it. It's perfect. Where's my... Here we go. You're gonna love this. Just wait until you see what I got coming. Got it. This is gonna work. I promise you this is gonna work. Now, I'm not gonna get you the right shape yet, but need the tip left. Just the tip. Or not. Appreciate it. Look at that. That's all we need is that piece right there to get it done. So, like, I guess if we really want that blows away the look of the fender, doesn't it? A little bit. But you can just, like, I just walked that entire thing right there. And so you can probably do that on the other side. Jump up here, and then you can walk right up. Gosh, if we can make that work. That's the turns genius moment. I think what we don't need this piece right here. If I had to guess, I bet we can make it work. We can fool the game into making it work if we do just the single piece sticking right there. jack-legged that. No way. You see, it still works. So, again, here, let me take this piece off. I'll show you just it's not a fluke. Let me get rid of these. That should be everything off of it, yep. So if we were to try and jump, we can walk right up it. Shut up! Shut up, game. I hate this game. Okay, whatever. That side is not working. I still think, yeah, you see this side is still not working. So I still think we want them there. So if I just put that there, if we deal with that little part being there, what that does for us is, hold on. What that does for us is that makes it so we can walk. Dude, okay, maybe not. I just walked this. How can I not now? I can't even get up there. Bro. It's really frustrating. It won't walk that side now. I have no words. So, I mean, let's see if... What about this? What if we put it right here? Is that dumb? Is it actually gonna snag? Like, will it mathematically snag itself and make me walk upwards? If I do it that way? It won't do it. Well, we could just put a little panel here. Just like that. That's not really visible from the side, right? And then that gives you a... That should give us something to walk up. No, it won't walk up that either. God, this thing sucks. That's the half slope. If I put it there, will that get it going? It's like you have to be able to step up onto that first one. Yeah, that kind of worked, but kind of, but not really. Yeah, see, that kind of works. You still fall off because of the slope to the thing and the slope to the hill, and I just want it to be convenient, man. I want this thing to be the Cadillac of rovers, okay? Like, imagine a Cadillac except a rover. And that's what I want this to be. It doesn't work that well. She could almost do something like that. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Where's that invert panel? Yeah. Hold on. Let's try something here. That's good. It looks ugly though. But it does work. Do I keep that? Or is that too terrible? Isn't there like a half curve? Or wait a second, what about this piece? Wait a second, what about that? No, that doesn't get it done. It's not far enough out. Gotta be. It's too bad there's not like a half version of that, you know what I mean? So I think the answers are you can go like 2x1 tip. I'm looking. I'm investigating. Not the quarter panel. Not the centered. Actually, Do they have a center slope? Stairs and graded walk would be good. Yeah, if it was large grid, that would be freaking awesome, right? By one slope. There's that base. Again, this is like, we had the ability to do this without it being super ugly. Those would be great. This, I think that works. See, that one works fine. Do I just leave it like that and deal with it? It doesn't connect to anything. Kind of disappointing, yeah. Unless I were to put a piece on here, like, maybe... Hold on. I'm just trying to see, like, what can I do to clean that up? Like, what if I go like this? And just make it look cleaner, you see? Wait, does that take away from the truck? If that's like that. It takes away from that slope, man.
Critical.
Gotta be able to get up there first. And that barely made it walkable even. The other answer is we just start building down this way, off of these wheels, right? Like, build something that comes down. We can do it. I think I have to start like this. It would be like starting like this and then going down. Totally just messed that up. Give me my back. Oh my word. Wait. Oh, I need the left, don't I? The tip left. Shit. Here. No, I need the right, man. Oh wait, I need the base right. Here we go. No, that's not right either. That doesn't seem right either. It was supposed to be like that. And then it's supposed to be that, and then okay. I don't think that gets us anywhere either, because like I can't jump that high. Oh, there's no small grid. What the heck is wrong with them? I know. There is a small grid ladder, but the problem is the ladder is so huge. It's just not right. Like, what are you supposed to do with this thing? Real. The other option would be we take the doors off the side and we put one ladder in the back. Or we make it climbable in between the wheels. And then, I don't know. I don't like that either. I think climbing the front is the ideal way to get in this thing. You can't, you see, you can't look through a window and just, like, you actually have to get in there. So, but if you're parked on this slope, you're going to have a heck of a hard time. Here's what I'm thinking. We can make it work better, and it doesn't have to look terrible at the same time. I've got it. I have the answer. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. So Hold on. It's got to be, I forget which armor it is. One of these armors makes it super, super dark. I think it's just, let's put them down. So if we go with the neon tube and we have it curve in, hold on, trying to figure this out. Gotta be taller than the fender. That part kind of sucks. Come on, get up there. Oh, maybe I could try one block longer, but it's gonna start looking funky here soon. See, it's gonna be out into no man's land. So, looks a little bit funky because it doesn't have any support behind it, but it does work. So that part does work if we did it that way. We still need a slopey here, but wait a second.
Fuel critical.
Do here. That's not right. Not gonna work either for me. That might work. Dude, it does. It does work, but hold on. It's really hard to get an idea. It doesn't work that well. He falls off the corner part of it. You see? It would have to be something that would be on this side like this. So, what about something in the middle? Oh. No way, Jose. And I don't think that's gonna cut it either. No, don't like that. This is where you have to test a lot of stuff for science. Seriously. The down tube, we could try that. Try that like this. That worked. Hey, we could keep that like that. That worked. Yeah, that works. And it doesn't really take away, doesn't detract from the vehicle any. That might be the best solution yet. Yeah, it didn't put them over here because I didn't have mirror on. I think that might be it. Get back up there. We'll give it some fender flares. It's not ideal, but it's better than it was. Take these off. That guy goes there, and then we did, hold on. Where's my tiny piece? Doesn't seem right, does it? I guess it is. That can't be right. That's... Okay. This don't seem right. Did I go the whole length of the door? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah. And that gives you just that little bit more that you can stand. Even though you can see I'm clearly not standing anywhere. But it gives you just that little bit more. I like it. That'll work. what you could do would be, if you were a genius, what if you did something like this? Where you had a step like right there. Okay? And then you just jumped up there. Okay? Step. And then up to there. That seems like it would be cool. I don't like how the neon tubes have a little thingy on each side of those, like because they kind of protrude from the truck, but oh, well, that's really hard to jump up on when you're on a slope anyway. But then you could just jump up. Oh, well, no. I think I prefer it better the other way. Let's put the other one back in. It wasn't the corner, right? It was... Is it that one? Oh gosh, now I forgot. Is that one. It was the down tube. Here we go. I dig it. So we're going to go through, we'll add more detail here later, and we will figure out this part as well. Do 2.5 hours spent, and that's as far as we got with it. I need to go put these changes in on this guy before we forget about it. Let me do the neon tubes here real quick. Get these on right there, and then this guy is going to be... That doesn't work. We want... that one. And then... use this one, I think, which doesn't have a mount piece. Maybe I should use this one and make... Nah, I'm going to use this one. Try to have it be a little bit more discreet. That it's not technically connected to the vehicle. It's, yeah. You know, I wish it would be... If I shorten that up, gosh, it would look so much better. It was just like that. Wouldn't that be better? It's so much better. It looks better. But I don't know that the performance is the same. Yeah, it is. We'll call it the same. It works. I'm going with that. So you can climb the front of the vehicle. That part's good. It would be really cool if we had some sort of cool design here. The other thing is we got to figure out how we're going to power it and what the weight situation looks like on the back of it. It's going to be super front heavy right now. So we got to get some sort of weight back here. I think we'll do our stack of batteries somewhere in here. Maybe we do the batteries. You want them to be low, so maybe they go right in here somewhere. There's should be 3 blocks of width here too. So, but yeah, we got the beam frame. We got to tie that in and make it look more pretty. We still got to figure out all the back. There's a lot of stuff to do in this thing, but that's pretty good. I think we did pretty well. I'm happy with it. I like it. It's not the it's not the cutest thing in the world, but I think we can turn it into some sort of viable rover. So, and then we'll have to give it a proper off-road test. So maybe we'll give it some advanced electronics, you know, and things like that, and we'll figure out that. This one, I should do the wheels the right way on this one before we forget too. So it was steering gets inverted on the second set. That should turn all the wheels the right way, right? Okay, and then the two in the middle need to go away. So this one and this one and that one and that one. No steering. Oh, what's going on? Why does it keep doing that? Okay. There we go. That's better. Still needs a service rack on the roof. Okay, yeah, we do.
Fuel critical.
This part of the roof missing, by the way. We gotta let me patch that up real quick here. Okay. Needs a service rack on the roof. We could do an exhaust. Yeah, we could do an exhaust, and they have an exhaust in the game now, right? So, I am gonna replace the floor with these floor blocks because that's kind of cool. It's different, right? It doesn't look like armor, so it's a detail change. Let's do some of that real quick. Let me get a 1x1 so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. Don't want to change them all the time, all at the same time, because I think the doors might fall off. There we go. Put a couple of these in. That is something. That's pretty cool. And it breaks it up, gives it a little bit more detail. So we'll have to change out the front there with that. Take out the seats and do that. Get rid of the seats. Oh, was I not holding control? Seriously? Okay, well. Oh my gosh, look what I just did. Nope, time to F5 it. My bad. I dropped the suspension. I cut the suspension away from the cab.
Fuel critical.
Let's see how far we were. We got those in place. Okay. We didn't make any changes here. We got to do the roof. No loss. The bars are centered. Dang. Yeah, that's not a big deal. Put that back in place. Let's get these out. So with the seats, this is where we got to go. Obviously, we got to go. We got to do some more supports here. So just do at the front, and then when we start taking the floor out, let's just do it one row at a time. Yeah. So we'll do the back. We gotta get 3 rows. Let's put some new floor in. Got 2 sides too, but we'll take the other side. This one. Let me hit save real quick before we do this. So we got to take 3 rows out. Come on. Did it again. I got my load. We're finding out we're testing the failure points of it. And I mean that's the other thing too, is we don't have the whole bottom built out yet, right? So it is what it is. Let's just for right now, we're gonna take those back. Hard to get in there. No, no, no. Get rid of you. There. That ain't falling. Why is that not doing it? Okay, there we go. There's our floor part. Floor center. What? Oh, the 3x3 slabs. So they have individual ones too? That's cool. Okay. And this part we should be able to change too. Let's do it. Oh, wait, I gotta delete my floor first. I like doing it with a 1x1 because it makes it easier to see. Oh, wait a second. This block here is actually the outside. So, I gotta use the individual ones here, I think. I think that's... I can still do it. I just gotta use the individual ones. So if we get rid of those, we get rid of these. Some of that stuff's gonna fall probably. Oh, maybe not. And then these floor blocks, if we just do these center ones, do they... Oh no, they've got like curves and stuff, don't they? Oh, I see. They've got little shapes in them. That's cool. We can make a little design. Hold on, let's go. So we don't want to design on the bottom. So I'm going to go see how this one doesn't have a design on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah. Let's go like this. Wait. Hold on. I lost my bottom. Chat. Here's the bottom. Oh my gosh. Is that the right one? No. Dude, where'd it go? There it is. Nope. Oh. That's right. Right? Can't tell. I gotta go look at the bottom of the truck. Yep, I nailed it. After about 10 years, we got it. So all of these little blocks have different... So does it have one where that's not like a circle at all? I mean, I guess I could do that. You're never going to see it from the bottom side, right? So if we do something like that, it just makes it look a little different. Yeah. Kind of cool. Front blocks will look fine. The seats will be there. I know, right? Yep. It'll look good. So let's go back to our original plan of one seat. So if we're going to do the one seat, we don't need to do the offset. We'll go like this with this one. And it was... See, the other one sits... I think we got to do it right back here. And then, because that's... This row, I think, is where the station is. The control seat. Yeah, it can't go forward more than that. So... There's a huge gap here, like between the seats.
Fuel critical.
It's a lot of room, but we'll figure that out. And then we're gonna start shaping this out. I think we are gonna end up extending this. I think that's what we should do, because so when you look at the Azov, it's short because it has the spare wheel and this stuff, which we're never gonna use, right? So I think I would rather have that be, let me show you. I think I'd rather have this be usable space to like right here. So like something like if we took this back to here and then made this survivable, right? Survival capable. Like I think I like... Oh shoot, did I not have mirroring on? Really? Hold on. I gotta get myself corrected here. I think I would rather have it that way just because... Yeah. I don't know. To me, this is more usable. Gotta have the med block. There might be room for a small one. See, I think we will be able to get a survival kit in here. Actually, there is a medical. There's something small that's new, right? They put new stuff in. So we should be okay. I'm just gonna do this as armor blocks for right now, just so I can kind of see. We can change it later. So imagine that is that. Let's delete these. Delete this whole wall, actually. And then run these back right there. That's a pretty big space, man. Good. Okay. That could be I mean, it's not huge. But let's take a look at what blocks we can do with that. So, bathroom, the inset cryo. We still have to figure out medical. So, if we look at the inset cryo. Oh, there isn't one for this grid. There's not a small block size of it. So we had to figure out bed. Our option is cryo or bed. We gotta figure that out. If we do a bed, you could do windowed, right? You can get... Let me turn off mirroring so I can see. Oh no! Beds aren't available for small ships. Gosh, okay. Adds to the difficulty a little bit, doesn't it? I thought they added new stuff. Where's that new one at? What's the new one called? I forget. Fieldwork? Corridor blocks. Floor blocks. Cool. Floor edge, floor passage. Floor decals. Dude, why aren't these blocks all included in the thing? Oh, this is only for large. A lot of these... Okay, whatever. Cargo terminal, no. I thought they added a... Hey, wait, exhaust cap. We'll goof around with that a little bit. Up pipes. We still got to figure out exhaust. But, I think you're right. I think we got to figure out what do we do. Is it just survival kit? An embrasure provides... No, that's not it.
Fuel
I
critical.
mean, the survival kit's huge. I think... How do you... I mean, how would you set that in? Would you go in one block? It only has the large connector on the end. It's almost like you have to do it right in the mid. Like, it's almost like you have to do it right there. However, hold on. If you do it the other way, We got 15 minutes left. Let's rush this a little bit. If you do it the other way, what you get is an air vent on the outside. So assume that there's a wall on the back of the truck. Okay, is this airtight? I guess that's the question. That's the first question we gotta figure out. If it's not, it's gotta go one block in. It doesn't look like it's gonna be airtight to me. I'm just guessing, but it doesn't look like it. Let's take this up and over. Okay, let's do our job here. Get this done. Go fast, faster than fast, quicker than quick. Take these down right there. These name actually goes right there. This guy. Go that way with that. This becomes, oh gosh. No, it's not it. I always forget which one this is. Is it that one? Oh, that's not it. It's in here somewhere. I'll find it. It's... Gosh, I always get this one wrong. It's that one. Okay. Have the screen accessible from the outside. That's a good idea. Sorry, I didn't mean... I'm my bad. I totally missed the chat. I heard it, and I did nothing about it. Yeah, screen accessible from the outside is probably a good idea. So when you spawn, you're going to spawn outside, as long as that's okay. If you do the screen accessible from the outside, how do you get it to be airtight? So let's do it on the driver's side. We'll do it right here. Oh boy. You know what? You don't have to expose all that. It'll be airtight. So we'll fix this. Let's just try something. All right, let's leave that here. We'll leave it on the side. Let me clean this up. Let's go inside real quick and just take a look. Actually, let's place it. Promise we'll clean this up right now. I gotta place it on the inside so I can see better. And that means we could put like a cargo there. We could do something with that. Some sort of connector. Let's see. We can make this work. So on the outside, if we go, let's see if we can make it airtight. Here and here. One moment, please. I'm working on it. It's still really accessible, though. I mean, it's super up. It's way up high. If you do it like that.
Fuel critical.
Be like that. That's got to be a corner block.
Energy low.
Shut up, lady. No, that's wrong. Wrong as in wrong-a-roni. That is right. Oh, wait. Kind of right. Kinda not. Kinda not, but kinda is. Because we'd have to get down here if we want it to be... You know what? What if I go like that? What do you think? Will it be airtight? Uh-huh, sure turns. Right, a guess on where the small conveyor port is. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're gonna use the fanned one. This on that side. And then over here, let's put our roof in. Boop boop ba doo doop boo. One moment, please. We're gonna put a converter on this just real quick. And I don't know that I'm gonna keep it there. I just wanted to see something, if we're airtight or not. Moment of truth. You see that? It's airtight and it's accessible from the outside. Turns, aka the miracle worker. So now what you can do is, if it's a rover, it could be being used on the moon, right? So we might have to put an oxygen tank on it somewhere if you want it to survive. So if we do an oxygen tank, wow, that thing's tiny. Holy cow. I didn't know they made that any, like, look at that. That's cool. But you could stock up a couple of those, right? You'd have to. You'd stack up a couple of these like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we'll do a, how are we gonna do that? Let's do our conveyor. So if we go with our conveyor small, that's not gonna work. They don't have the direction I really like, but we'll use that. And then on this, we'll just go. And then on this side, let's take this and we'll get him out of the way. Right here. You can make him a pretty full air vent fan. We could face it forward. Actually, we could do that right here. Then we need one less conveyor. One less part. There you go. Nailed it. And then when you close them up, that's doing that. And then the other air vent fan, the original one, this one, we say it's an exterior. Set it to depress.
Fuel critical.
So that one's gonna just be sucking in air, filling the tanks, and then this one's keeping us alive. The only problem is there's no beds. Like there's no way around putting a cryo down because there's no bed. There's no small bed. This looks like there is, but there isn't. Yeah, I just totally placed some beds out here. I was like, what's making that sound? So there's no bed. That's part of the problem. There's a vat. Look at this, the lab vat. This is a cryo chamber replacement. You see this? Again, not available for a small ship. This is a newer block though, right here. If the player enters it, it keeps them alive. Why can't that be a small block, man? How hard can it be? So we haven't done anything to get around the need for a cryo yet. I guess that's kind of where I'm going with this. So we still need a cryo chamber. And I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're doing a truck with 2 seats, do you want 2 cryo chambers? Make it co-opable? You know what I mean? Like it should be, I would think. And of course the ports don't line up with anything. So there's that. You do them on the side or on the back. 2 seats, 2 cryos, yep. So if we put them back here, side by side, they have ports on the bottom. There's a port on the bottom of this. Let's kind of guesstimate where it is. I think what we need to do is draw out a conveyor line to these 2. We're going to do it under the body. So I think it's... Where's my tools? I think it's this block right here. Nope. It's this one right here. So if we take that, where'd my small conveyors go? We're gonna use the full one. Wow, that was weird. My dude just moved on his own. All right. Spooky. I really want to use these. God, they look. If I could use the reinforced ones, it'd be nice because then I could do something like that, and have it still be sealed up. All right. Well. I'm thinking about this. The other option, because we have to go back 1, 2. We'd have to go back about to right about here somewhere, right? It's somewhere in here. There. Right here. So we got to do a run. 1, 2, 3. Oh, adding instead of subtracting. 1. And of course, I'm not on the right one. Area high. So we got about 6 blocks to go. The other option would be right beside my fan here. If this is a full fan vent, that means that side is conveyored and
Fuel critical.
the other conveyor is right here. Wait, no. Oh, shoot, it's up a row. No? Oh, it's in the middle? Okay. So that's the other option would be to go there and there. And draw it on the back. I either do it on the bottom or the back. What are you saying? Devaz, what are you saying? Bottom or back? Gonna be a lot less noticeable on the bottom, but we also have to think about how we if we're gonna have a connector, how it gets connected. Bottom, I think so. I think the answer is the bottom. We'll leave these here, just keep them in our memory that they're there. I think you're right though. I think we need to do it on the bottom. And the other connector should be right. 1, 2, it should be that one. Yeah. Wait a second. There's 2 of them. So there's 1, 2. This should be one right here. Yeah. What you could do is, okay, we can connect these 2 ports to each other. And then we have to still connect this whole run. We gotta make this run right here. I'm gonna try and use the reinforced blocks just to make it not so obvious. Reinforced conveyor tube. I mean, I guess we could do the T-junction. It doesn't have to be. Let's do the curve. So if we do the curve, we can do it like that. And then same thing over here. We can do it like, come on. Thing. And then for this curve, did we give it a little detail and have it be yeah? We'll have the one block be see-through, sure. A little detail never hurt anybody. It kind of gives you an idea of what's going on underneath. Like that. And then with this guy, we need 2 curves on the other side. One in, one out. So we basically go that way and then that way. Right, that's right. There. It's not the worst case there, and we do have a little bit of a visible thing there. We could probably color those up and make them pretty. Again, detail work comes later. All right, so if we were to sit in this, we shouldn't be able to die, but hard to tell.
Fuel critical.
So, but life should be happy in those things. And we should have oxygen stored in the tanks, in the 2 tanks. Oh, there we go. I gotta get in the actual seat. Cool. Small. Yeah, and they don't hold very much at all. They don't hold very much at all, but that's fine.
Fuel critical.
Solar, we have to still think about. So, what are we talking about with our luggage rack? Let's talk about solar real quick. If we do the new panels, right? We can't really beautify it that much. Oh my gosh. Why is this not setting down? It's not half armor on the top, is it? No. Oh, it has to be connected on the sides. That's right. This could be a roof replacement. It's kind of where we're going with that. So we could do 1 panel. It looks like we can do 1 panel. I don't think we can get 2 in there. Yeah. So if you're gonna do 1 panel, what do? Like up here and set it in? And then what's that do to your Airtightness. Is it airtight? Or do you do it at the back? Go down. Does that fit the whole way? Can't see. No, it hangs out. Hangs out over one block. Close. Almost. The tubing will get covered. Kind of have an idea here. I don't know how many panels we need to stay alive. I don't know that one will do it. You know what I mean? Let's just put one down real quick just to see. Let's put those in the middle. Did I get that right? I did. And that's the other thing is the solar panel is an even numbered block, right? It's not an odd number block. So when you go and place it, it'll look wonkified. Actually, it looks good. Yeah, that worked out. But you can see it says we'll still last 6 hours because we just don't have enough power coming in. So the solar panel itself is, where is it? There's colorable solar panel. 16.5 kilowatts. And we are drawing, we're outputting 62. All this crap that's running. If we got rid of the vents, that takes away 20. There's a lot of stuff here that we have to manage. Bet the wheels take up some. But if we turn those off. Oh, look at that. That gets us down to 22. So, wheels, turn off the lights and just see. I don't know that those will get us that much. That's still 22. But you still need the fans to produce oxygen. You need at least this exterior fan. You don't need this one necessarily. But the cryo chambers, so I mean, there's no like short way around. You still need to have 2 solar panels. Yeah, you see we're at 32 and we're making 19. It's really frustrating. I think what we'd have to do would be,
Fuel critical.
if we were saying, hey, this is going to be a survival rover, you'd have to put 2 panels on here somehow. And that means that, it's going to be 1 over, right? It's not going to have enough, like, because these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 1 too many. That's where I'm going with this. Gosh. How do you engineer your way around that? Well, That's a little bit of a pickle. It would be nice if you had another solar panel available. You could almost do them back here. Wait, we gotta keep room for the trailer hitch. So, oh, we're way over on time, you guys. Holy crap! I didn't even notice. I'm investigating here. All right. Go. If it covered the wheels. That's what I'm looking at, is if you covered the wheels with a solar panel, what would that look like? You can see it's one block off. Perfect until it isn't, alright? Although, that fits. Because it's one block wider at the bottom of this. Look at it. So if we did something like that, having a little overhang won't hurt on the roof. Okay. Good. I didn't like where I was going with that. So, I mean, I guess we want to keep room for our luggage rack. So, go. A lot of overhang. Let's do one. Let's overhang it one. We start here. We gotta make a line of blocks right here. Wherever my block is. Come on, where's the square one, dude? Yeah. Oh, no. Just do it. We do the 1 and the 2. I'll make those half. I'm gonna keep I'll keep plugging away. Actually, you know, I'll probably save this as our go-to thing. I think I'll probably end up working on this. I don't know. Now I'm really interested in it. You were joking about the service oh, okay. You don't really want one. Okay, I get you. I mean, it could add some detail, you know, it could look nice. Just saying. Like we have to, like we don't have to have it. Don't have to do anything. Okay, there's that. We're gonna put this as a hold on. It's that. Go back, fade into nothing. Same with this. Alright, so we got 2 panels. So that should be able to, let's close it up. Let's see what we've got. Math is hard. 27 times 2, basically, is 54. We got 54 juices. We're using 32. As soon as we turn on this fan, we're using 42. Let's get everything turned back on that we need. We have the cryos. They're on. The wheels are off. Those take up a little bit of juice. So what we would do there, you'll see that's going to put us over. See, we're outputting 62. We're only getting 55 from the panels. What we would do there is we would have an event controller.
Critical.
And basically, whenever you get inside the cryo, and you go to rest, it goes into kind of like a hibernation mode where stuff starts powering off. That's how we would do that. And then once you come back out, it turns all back on. So if we were to do like a event controller block like this, I'm just gonna stuff it somewhere for right now. If we were to do that, and then we were to go into it, we'd go and say, hey, look, block occupied. Oh, wait a second. It's not cockpit occupied. It's block. I think it is. Yeah, it's cryo chamber. So if we do cryo chamber 2, we'd have to do an or. We do that. Cryo chamber 2. That. It's not an and, it's an or. Input either of these, do action slot 1. And then all we do would be on our action slot, we'd set up a timer block.
Fuel critical.
So we're just gonna add a timer block. Again, that's not the final location of these. I'm just doing this really quick. So we'll set up a timer block. Let's put all of our on-off actions in here. Okay. So we're gonna leave the vent. Let's wait a second. Let's call this interior, just so I know. I know that's what it is. Let's just call it that. And then the wheels, we're gonna group the wheels just so we have the wheels grouped. That's basically it. The survival kit we'd leave on, everything else we'd leave on, but we'd turn off the fan, the internal fan. So how we do this is when you leave and enter, you actually need, we're going to need 2 timer blocks, but back in that event control, actually we got to go back into the timer block. We're going to call this timer block on. We're going to call that one on, and then we're going to make another one called timer block off.
Fuel critical.
Okay. Again, I'm not going to keep this. I just want to show how I plan on doing this. So on is all the functions that are going to turn stuff back on. So wheels, we would say toggle blocks on. Then we are also going to toggle the fan, in the internal fan on. What else did we plan on turning off? I think that's it. We could turn off the lights. So I didn't group the lights, but should I turn lights on? No, I'm not going to mess with those. They're so low power, I'm not going to mess with them. That's good enough. So that's the on one. The off one, you go in here, set up actions. Do the same thing. Wheels turned off. Okay. And fan, the internal fan, turn off. Back in our event controller, and we select our actions. So when this is occupied, we're going to say timer block is going to be off. Start. And when it's unoccupied, timer block on is start. Okay. So that's basically it. So here's how it works. All right, like what you're gonna see here when we're sitting here. Let's just take a look and see. Oh, the wheels are off right now. That's not good. Let's get all that stuff back on. Is the fans on? The wheels are on.
Critical.
Let's go sit in this thing. Okay. You can see the wheels did not turn off. Did I do something wrong? Oh, now they turned off. The timers. I had them set to 10 seconds. Let's just set them to 1 second delays. Okay.
Fuel critical.
The other thing is we'll have to make sure that that one doesn't run non-stop. Like it should just run at the one time. The wheels should be back on right now, and they are, and the fan should be back on. But if you pay close attention, you'll see the down in the bottom right, the counter is going to go. Oh, it went so fast you couldn't see. Now that we're sitting in here, it turned all of this stuff off. And let me go and sit in
Critical.
this seat. So if we were sitting in this seat, you'll see that fully recharged in -5 days. Oh wow, we're getting more power than we were before now. Now we're getting 70 and we're only using 62. Well, that just sucks because now I can't show you. So yeah, we're getting more power right now. But if we look at the use, just to compare the use, all right, we're using 62 kilowatts.
Fuel.
We go into a cryo. We sit. We're now using 32. So we're so that's what's going to save us as long as we can. And it basically just automatically did that. Like it's going in there and automatically doing it. Then as soon as we jump out,
Fuel. Critical.
life's good. Yeah. I like that. So we'll have to do a couple more upgrades. I'd really like to beautify this. Like we'll probably have to change the roof a little bit just to kind of integrate it. I'd like it to be integrated into the roof, you know, a little bit. But that's a pretty good start. I think we did all right. Or seriously, I think we did okay. For 3 hours. Good Lord. Crazy, man. Whoa. What did I hit? How'd I do that? Was it Control H? Yeah. Isn't that sad? You know that stuff. Looking good. All right. On that note, I got no disco music playing as usual. I don't know why it does that. Just stop. Actually, why did the... Whatever. You guys get a blank... you get a blank credit screen tonight. So hey, so R2, just so you guys are aware, R2DH is not around Friday. Normally I go hang out on his stream on Fridays, but we're gonna get a bonus day. So I'll probably hang out in the stream on Friday. If not, it'll be Saturday. Well, it's gonna be Saturday no matter what, but we might be getting a bonus stream. So that is my piece. I've said. Let's see if Copilot knows any jokes.
Hey, Chad.
I need the best joke you got.
All right, here's one. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts.
Oh boy. Thanks.
You got it.
So, what are we going to play on Friday? We're going to play, well, it'll be card games. We're going to do Wreckfest. And then I don't know, we'll see. Biggie, he does like SnowRunner. He does like, I don't think he likes Roadcraft as much as he likes SnowRunner. So, maybe we can employ him in SnowRunner. We'll see. Yes. We'll try and get in some of those games. If not Friday, then we'll probably do them Saturday. Everybody have a wonderful another couple days. I'll see you when I see you. Stay cool. We're supposed to get really nasty storms over the next couple days. That's not good. That's it. That's all I got. Everybody have a wonderful Thursday. I will see you guys very, very, very soon. And hopefully I'll probably work on that truck a little bit. I'd like to save some of it for the stream though. So all right, I'm out of here. Let's roll these credits. Have a good one. 07 Savas, appreciate you hanging out. See you soon. Thanks again, man. Bye. Bye-bye. If it goes, it's not going. Stinking credits. I hate this thing. Like, seriously. Sometimes it does credits, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't want to do them tonight. So I'm just ending the stream. Have a good